Hey everybody, it's Rollie, and that's what I like. So I am just finishing this post, but I wanted to still hop on so that I was on time. And I'm going to finish that post, so that's going to go into the group, and then I'm going to go over to here so that I can actually see who is commenting, because I can't see who's commenting from anybody that's in the group. If you are on my page or on Brooke's page, oops. If you're on Brooke's page, then I can see the comments, but I can't see who is commenting. So reply. Hey, Anne, I can see you. Okay, so Penny is the one who I can't see. So good job. That's what I like already on. Hello. Hey, Marianne, do you want a card? Because I'm going to pull cards. So let me know if you want a card. So, but before I do that, I want to remind everybody that today is the last day to be able to pre-order any leggings. So anybody that was looking for capris or leggings, hey, Lonnie. Hey, Lonnie, you're still up. This is awesome. So if you wanted anything from Leg Art and you wanted to pre-order, then you need to get the orders in before 6 p.m. this evening. Otherwise, you will have to wait for our order to come in and see what we got. So, but anybody who wants to pre-order will be able to get things into their order. So, hello, Jennifer. Okay, so, okay, I will actually start with your card first, Jennifer, since you're going to work. But so what I wanted to do was point out some of the things that we are featuring today. So, so we've got this deck that is for sale. So it's Fairy Tarot Decks, and it's by Radley Valentine. And so this is normally $33.99. Hey, Sharon. So this is normally $33.99. And so for today only, we are going to take 10% off. So it'll be $30.59 plus HST. So, and then we've got the Wisdom of the Oracle. And so this one here is $28.99 regularly. And so it'll be $26.09 with the 10% off. And the one that I'm actually going to read from right now is Oracles of the Fairy by Karen Kay. And those are the cards that I'm actually pulling because this is one of my decks. So I'm actually going to pull from those cards. And so this one here is $25.99. And so with the 10% off, it's $23.39. So all of those obviously are with plus HST because we still need to pay our government taxes. So those are so those will be plus HST. If you need them, if you're connecting and you're out of town, if you want to pay for shipping, we can definitely ship them out to you as well. But this sale for 10% off is today only. So it is the only opportunity that you have to have that 10% is before the end of today. We close at 5 p.m. tonight. So so anytime before 5 today. So it is a less than a 5-hour deal. So less than a 5-hour sale. So you need to jump on them. So I'm going to start with Jennifer coming first because she is going to be heading off to work. So I'm going to pull her card first, and then I will pull everybody else's in order that they had asked. So me, please. I would like to know what I am not seeing. So that's Brooklyn. So, okay. I'm like, I didn't type anything because it says Divine Crystal Healing. So I'm excited to get capris. I put the order in, and okay, Lonnie, I'll have to check. I don't remember. Maybe I did do yours, but I'm going to write that down. So Lonnie, capris. I don't remember doing yours. Maybe I did. So leggings, capris. So I'll be in touch. It's yeah. Divine Crystal Healing answering is Brooke, if anybody is confused, because I'm not typing. I did write down Lonnie's name so that I can check on the capris so that I don't forget when we go off. So Jennifer, your card is Come Together. So I really like this deck. Not that I don't like any of my decks. If you can see, that is most of my decks. There's a few decks that I have at home because I've been pulling some cards at home. And so this is one of the things that Brooke and I do often is it's like, hey, let's take a break. Do you want to pull some cards? So we do that quite often, actually. So Come Together is your message. So your message is fairies like to be busy, and a group of them is showing you that many hands make light work. Working as a team helps get the job done. So I'm not sure what it is that you're working on, but you need to make sure that you've got some extra bodies to be able to help you put that together, Jennifer. That's your message. Hey, Nita. Okay, so the next person is Anne. So I have my laptop on so that I can actually see comments from anybody who's posting in the group that hasn't given StreamYard permission. If you're in my Holistic Wellness Lounge, most of you have given. Perfect. Awesome, Jennifer. So I'm going to be pulling cards later on today from the other decks as well. Jennifer, if you would like me to be able to pull cards for you again later when we do the other ones, just let me know and I will add them and you can catch the replay. Hey, Am, you made it. Okay, so Anne Pallister. I love the blues in this one. The blues is what stands out for me on this one. But blue is also my favorite color. So nature's signs. Be receptive to the whole subtle messages from nature as you go about your day. Nature talks to us continually. We need to only open our hearts and our minds. So that is your message. So watch for messages today, Anne. So not that I don't think that you watch for messages, because I think that you pretty much do, but something is going to come up today. And Ms. Donna, you get 2 cards because you've got a jumper. Hey, Micheline. Okay, so you're welcome, Anne. Okay, so Ms. Donna, you have Friendship is your first card. Lots of purples and blues in this card. Why am I having too much? There we go. So a lot of purples and blues in this card. So friendship. Fairies and humans alike need friends. Now is the time to seek out those who will support and encourage you on your journey to fulfill your dreams. So that is your first message. And you had a jumper. So for those of you who don't know what a jumper is for me, is that when a card jumps out of the deck, it's an extra message. And so some people, when they're pulling their cards, what they do is if they get a jumper, then that's the card that they actually are using to pull. But when I get a jumper, for me, it's an extra message. So if you get a jumper, then you've got an extra card. So Donna, you've got an extra message, and yours is music. So listen carefully, for there may be a message in the music that you hear. Music can lift your soul, rekindle memories, and charm fairies to your door. So today is such a beautiful sunny day, and so like there's lots of fairy energy out there, and there still is when it's a gloomy rainy day, but we just don't necessarily see them as much because we're not necessarily out there. So there is so Anne's got messages in nature that's coming up, and Donna, you've got messages in music. So when you're listening to music, there may be something that is in the song or the lyrics, or there's something coming from you that way. So like I said to Jennifer, is that I'm going to be pulling, okay, that's perfect, Jennifer. So like I said to Jennifer, is that if anybody else wants a card, and especially if you guys are catching this on the replay and you didn't get the get to ask for a card, because once I'm done the live, then I'm not pulling any more cards for people on this feed. But if you guys want your name. I will check with the back end group to see what times that I can jump back on, but I will pull cards from the other 2 decks that are that we've actually featured as sale cards. And so that post has also gone out. So that post, that's what I was actually finishing up when I jumped on live, but I wanted to finish that post. So you've got a jumper. And so, but if you guys want to be added to the other one, and what I'm going to do is I'll actually put it so that you guys have that time to be able to comment on the post beforehand. I really like using StreamYard so that I can actually do that. The only drawback to using StreamYard in a group is that people need to give StreamYard permission so that I can see names. So if I'm doing it from just my laptop, then I can't actually see. So I love my friends. I always sing it like I wrote it, even with my broken jaw. Thanks, Donna. So this is what happens on StreamYard, is that this is what I see when people are commenting if they haven't given StreamYard permission. So I can see the comment, I can see the message, and it says Facebook user. But when I actually look at the look inside the group, which is why I've got my laptop on as well, is that I can actually see who the person is, but I can't see it through the through this program. So your first message is, and I know that this is going, there's lots of things going on for you right now in terms of transformation and that kind of thing. So this message is protect your dreams. And so you are the guardian of your precious dreams, and they are safe in your care. Keep them close to your heart until you're ready to release them. So just watch where and when and how that you are sharing some of your information until you've got things ready to go. So it's just that reminder. And then you've got lost and found. And so I think that those two, this is your jumper card. So I think that this is beautiful, the way that things, so you've got protect your dreams, and lost and found is what was once lost is about to be found. Thanks to the lost and found fairy. Sometimes she can help us find things we never even realized that were lost. And I know from our conversations and the things that are going on, I know that that lost and found has to do with the new journey that you are embarking on. So that is that lost and found. So there's going to be some things that you're going to find in that in this new venture. So and I know that that will make sense to you. It may not make sense to everybody else, but just because of our conversations that we've had, I know that that's definitely going to resonate with you, that you're going to understand that message. So Miss Trey, you are next. So I don't normally pull cards on, thanks, Marianne. So I don't normally pull cards on the Divine Crystal Healing page. Brooke has been, which has been really nice. And, but today I decided that I was going to jump on because we are featuring some of these decks. And so I decided that I was going to do that. Oh, Miss Trey, you've got a jumper. So Trey, so your first card is Magical Blessings. You've been getting lots of blessings in your messages. So anybody who follows me on my own page knows that I pull cards every Sunday, every Sunday morning. And if you're in my Holistic Wellness Lounge, then I pull cards around the moon cycle every Saturday evening. So Magical Blessings. So whatever you're going through, you're being assisted by magical fairy blessings. The fairies say you can bless others too. So you've got magical blessings, and I love that. I love that card. I really love this deck because I really love how the colors are just very vibrant, and I love fairies, so I'm definitely connected to the fairies. So Tracy, your other card is motivation. So you've got, so when spring approaches, the flower fairies urge you to spring into action. If there's something that you've been merely thinking about doing, they say get busy and do it. So you've got magical blessings and you've got motivation. So that is your message, Miss Trey. And our fearless leader of this group. So if you're actually catching this on the Divine Crystal Healing page, or if you're catching this on my YouTube channel, inside the group that we're featuring, so the Northern Ontario Market, which goes until Saturday, is Penny Nemi is the one that has been organizing it. If you are not in the group, you definitely want to join the group before Saturday. Any purchases that are made allow you to be able to win a $100 shopping spree within the group. And but then there are a lot of like super bonus sales or super bonus prizes or giveaways. And so lots of really fun things are happening inside that group. So if you're not in the group because you're watching this on our Divine Crystal Healing page or on my YouTube channel, you definitely want to jump in because it's definitely worth it. So we did one draw for the $100 gift certificate yesterday. That was won by Carolyn. Yay, Carolyn. And the next one is going to be done on Saturday. But there are daily draws for commenting and participating. And then each one of the 10 vendors also have different sales and bonuses and draws that are going on as well. So Moon Energy is your first card. So the moon is my favorite energy to be moving with. So I love the moon. So moon energy is surrender to the natural ebb and flows of life. If you're feeling confused, the fairies come to calm emotions and reassure you that peace of mind is possible. So moving with that ebb and flow is really, really important for you to be doing, and which is one of the reasons why I really like working with the moon, because we cycle with the moon, and so I love the moon. So wait for winter. And so that doesn't mean that winter's coming, and it doesn't mean winter season. So, but the winter fairy. So during the colder months, the fairy Queen of Winter will help you manifest your most heartfelt wishes, as long as your intentions for the highest good are for the highest good of all. So you can actually call on the Winter Fairy at any point, at any season, but definitely being able to ask for that help to be able to help you manifest is the message. So I'm not sure what it is that you are wanting to have come to light, but that's definitely something that you can be doing, is tapping into these fairies, Miss Penny. And so Sharon, you are next. So Sharon. And like I said, if you guys want cards for later, I can add your names right away. Or you can actually go on the next post that's actually going to be there. And we have lots of jumping cards this morning. Bonjour Anne, comment ça va? Est-ce que tu veux une carte? So Anne, Anne must be messaging, because I'm actually looking at the group. Anne must be messaging from the page. So I will, so laisse-moi savoir si tu veux une carte. If you're not late, no, I'm still on live, Alicia, so you're still good. And Brittany Cull. I will pull a card for you too. PM. So one of the things with pulling cards is sometimes it's like really quick, because people have given me their names and I have a few names, or I end up with like a lot of extra names. And so the live could be a little bit longer, but it all depends. And so same as when I pull cards on Sunday, is that I have a list of, I think 17 people now is I'm up to, of people that I pull cards for regularly, whether they're on live or not. And so anybody that is on that list gets a card, and then they can actually call the or watch the replay if they don't manage to catch it live. So that's always available. So Miss Sharon, you have two cards. So you've got light. Like, look at how beautiful that card is. Like, look at all the light in that picture. that beautiful? I really, like I said, I really love this deck. So if anybody actually jumps on this one and saves 10% off, then you definitely will not what word am I looking for? It's gone. Time is yours. Awesome. Thanks. So the light is, and I lost that word. It is completely gone. I have no idea what I was going to say. What deck is it? So this is the Oracle of the Fairies. And so regular price is $25.99 plus HST. But today, if you purchase before 10 p.m. or before 5 p.m., then regret. Thanks, Penny. This old brain of mine sometimes has those brain farts, and it's like, what word was I looking for? I can't remember now. But if you buy before 5 p.m. today, you get 10% off. So there's obviously still taxes on it, but that's the one. Okay, so Sharon, your card is light. The Fairy Queen of Light comes to shed love and light onto your current situation and to remind you that light can penetrate the darkness. So that is that card. But I really love this deck. Magical Blessings. So you got the same card as Tracy. But this is your jumping card. I think Tracy, I'm not sure if it was Tracy's jumper or if it was her regular card, but so Magical Blessings. Whatever you're going through, you're being assisted by magical fairy blessings. The fairies say you can bless others too. So there is, so you've got the light and you've got the magical blessings. So we have light in us all the time. And I know that people are like, no, I don't really have that. It's like we are all light. We have some beauty within us. We have some gifts within us. And so it's definitely there for all of us. So, okay, Lori Backus, in case there's more than one Lori, because there's usually more than one Lori. So Lori is one of the ones that are on our regular list for Sundays. So stargaze. Ooh, look at that, Lori. That is beautiful. Stargazing. So stargazing. When you gaze at the stars, you give yourself fairy focus. Your intuition will flow more freely and reveal what you need to know about your situation. So tonight, after the kids go to bed, beautiful lights on the card, yeah. So so tonight when the kids have gone to bed, Lori, then take a look at the sky and see. I just pulled your card, Lori. I'm not sure if you heard it. You must have heard it because it says it's saying thank you. It's very pretty. So go and take some time outside tonight and see what messages that you get. So Linda Sauvé, so you have a jumper as well. Pulling cards is my favorite pastime. So this is my break time. This is where I'm not feeling stressed. I just really enjoy being able to do this. Whenever I'm actually ready to, whenever I'm ready to take a break, then this is one of the things that I do to take a break because I love it. It's just relaxing and peaceful for me. Okay, so Linda, you have healing. So the message that you have, now is the time for you to give or receive healing. Everyone has natural ability to heal others. Yes, even you. So when we send our blessings or we put out our prayers or whatever it is that you believe, because it's not, so pulling cards and tapping into your spirituality doesn't mean that you can't still connect to your religion, or that your religion doesn't connect to that spirituality, because whatever that spirituality part looks like for you. So like when we give our prayers, when we ask spirit or God or whatever or whoever it is that we ask for that help, that is what that spirituality connection is all about. So healing. So you have that ability to be able to help bring healing to others. And so when So when they talk about like the power of prayers, so when you pray or you set an intention, like that is definitely part of what it is that's going on. So wait for winter. So wait for winter. So during the colder months, the fairy queen of winter will help you manifest your most heartfelt wishes as long as your intentions are for the highest good. So do you experience a draining feeling during or after pulling cards? Never, Brittany. I never do, because the energy is not my energy. The energy is coming universally. So it's not me that's putting out the effort. So same as if I do a Reiki session on someone, I never ever feel tired afterwards, unless I'm like doing 2 or 3 in a row or kind of thing or whatever. So it's physical, and I'm physically standing, that kind of thing. But I typically never have one. I don't feel drained or tired after pulling cards. So that's just, I know that some people do, but I don't, it's not my energy that I'm putting into the readings or the cards. So it's just trusting my intuition and connecting with whatever it is that's going on. Okay, so I will add Lorraine. And Ms. Lonnie, you are next, and you already have 2 jumpers while I was actually talking to Brittany. Your cards jumped right out of my hand. So you have, and I looked down and it was 2 cards. So you actually had 2 cards that just jumped right out of the deck, just for you. So Lonnie, you have 3 messages. So flourish. I love this card. So flourish is the lotus flower fairy tells you to learn from experience and shed your inner light on any unclear areas of your life or those of others. So what this one here is talking about is that a lot of times when we have things that have happened to us, we take them and we stuff them in the corner because we don't want to deal with them, or we don't recall them. And it could be good or bad, but like they get pushed into the corner. So it's always about being able to bring them back into the light so that you can actually address them or deal with them or remember them so that you actually have that. So you've got flourish, and then the next card is light. So which really ties in really well with that card. So the fairy queen of light comes to shed love and light onto your current situation and to remind you that light can penetrate the darkness. So that is exactly what it is that I was just talking about, is bringing it into light so that you can actually see it. And your last card is abundance. So abundance, prepare yourself for incoming abundance. Release any mental blocks that you may have. In fairyland and in human land, there is enough abundance for everyone. So those are your messages today, Lonnie. I'm so glad that you're still awake. So I was joking with Lonnie earlier because typically I wake up with the sun, and I haven't been waking up with the sun because I've been going to bed too late. And so Lonnie was actually up before me this morning. I said that she should have probably given me a wake-up call so that I could have actually been up earlier this morning and not rushing to try and jump in and do our self-care challenge live this morning. So Marianne, you are next. Marianne, you have 2 cards that just jumped out as well. That doesn't typically happen. I don't typically have 2 cards that jump out at the same time, but today that's twice. So life energy. So life energy. So you've got this happy fairy of sunshine brings lots of life-giving energy. She reminds you to shine your light and to reveal anything in the shadows that need to be healed. So very similar to Lonnie's last card. And then you've got motivation. So motivation is when spring approaches, the flower fairies urge you to spring into action. If there's something that you've been merely thinking about doing, they say, get busy and do it. So I'm not sure what you're putting off, but it's telling you to time to step in. And then you've got protection. And so this is always a really nice message to have or reminder to have. We always have protection. Sometimes we feel like we're alone, but if we actually call in on our support system, our support systems are there. And I'm talking about our energetic support system. So again, depending on what your beliefs are. So it could be angels, it could be spirit guides, it could be the Holy Ghost, it could be whatever that it is that is referred to for your own teams. That's what it is that you're actually calling on to be able to help support you. So whatever that belief system is. So the fairies of protection are shielding you with a magical fairy ring of love and light. Practice psychic protection before embarking on any spiritual work. So it's just a reminder to make sure that you actually call in your team to be able to help support you. So Britt, that might be one of the things too, is that I always call in my supports and stuff. So like I'm never on my own. So that potentially could be one of the other reasons why I'm never feeling drained when I'm actually pulling cards. Sometimes I might feel something heavy when I'm pulling somebody's cards because of something that's going on for them right then. A lot of times it's anxiety. You needed to hear that. You're welcome. Sometimes it's anxiety that I feel from, because I tend to talk to a lot of people that have anxiety. So a lot of times I'll get like this anxious feeling, but I learned to be able to know the difference between it being my anxious feeling or somebody else's anxious feeling. Good cards, Rollie, works for reopening and being able to get close again, clean up and start anew. Perfect. So it's always that, so it's just really important that we are able to do that. Oh my gosh, like there's lots of cards jumping today. So Alicia, you've got some jumpers too. So I'm not sure if you are still here, Alicia, if you're going to be back in on the replay, because I know that you had gone to work. So I'm not sure if you're still here or if you're still on your break. I think I reflect my personal experiences with some of the cards in order to get a better, deeper understanding for the cards, for the person that I'm reading for. Yep, that's possible. But it's just really important for you to make sure that you energetically protect yourself so that you're not taking on something that belongs to someone else. So like even if I take on that anxiety or that anxious feeling or that feeling of whatever, then I always make sure that I do some card cutting or some energy cutting rituals to make sure that I'm not continuing to hang on to something that's not mine, because I have enough of my own stuff. I don't need somebody else's to be carrying around. And so, Alicia, you have like 4 cards. You have like 3 cards that jumped out. So fairy spotting. So this is, we have a friend of ours who is always catching fairies. Like, so she's actually, when she's actually out, she finds fairies in a lot of the different spots that she's actually exploring and connecting. So it's really cool. And she takes pictures and you can actually see the shapes of the fairies. So it's actually really cool. It's really neat. So fairy spotting, it's time to go fairy spotting. It's said that seeing is believing, but in fact, the opposite is true. Believing is seeing. And then you've got the stargazing card as well. So this card here, definitely going to be adding that to my routine, not my burdens to carry. Absolutely. And that's really important, so that, because that could be why it is that you're feeling that heaviness. So you can still tap into other people's energies without having to take on those energies. And part of that is probably practice, because I've been doing this for a while now. So and I can't remember if I ever carried that, but I do know that I've always put in, that I always release that energy that's not mine, so that I'm not carrying it. So the stargazing for you, Alicia, is when you gaze at the stars, you give yourself fairy focus. Your intuition will flow more freely and reveal what you need to know about your situation. So one of the things that I had said to Lori is to to actually take the time tonight to actually, because I'm not sure what it's like in North Bay, but if it's nice and clear like it is today here, then you definitely want to be able to go and take advantage of that outside tonight. So wisdom. Have you ever been told that you're wise beyond your years? Now is the time to call upon your inner fairy wisdom to help you with a challenge. And I think that, hello, Linda, have a great day too. And I think that you're very wise beyond your years. So from what I do know of you and the little bit that I have met of you, I think that that is definitely, you have that old wise wisdom in yourself. So believe in magic. So open your eyes and see the magic that's all around you in nature. The fairy of the Northern Lights says that you are part of nature. So you are magical too. And so being able to connect with those Northern Lights that we are so fortunate to be able to see is definitely something that is definitely missing in the our Southern friends, because they don't get to see that the same way that we get to see it. It is beautiful. Okay, so Brittany is next, and then I've got Anne and then Lorraine. And those are the last two people that I have left. So Linda, if you're just catching me right now, then you were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you were the 9th person on the list of the cards that I pulled. Told you these cards are just jumping all over the place. Wow. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So you have another card that was actually hidden behind. So you actually have 4 cards as well. Okay. So I'm going to start with the card that I pulled directly for you. So look in a book. So look in a book is whatever your question right now, you'll find the answer in a book. The words you will find will bring the insight that you seek. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to sit and read a whole book, but find a book that you might be attracted to, and then just open a couple of pages and see what jumps out at you. And so when we do our angel messages workshop on the first Tuesday of every month, and that's one of the things that we do, is that we have different books, we have different cards, and so it's whatever messages just kind of jump out of those pages or on those decks or on those cards that that we actually use as part of our messages. So purity. So purity, always trust the purity of your heart. Look inside your heart, and within it, you will find the answer to your question. So we always have that answer within us, but sometimes we doubt ourselves. And some of that has to do with past relationships, different connections, but it also has to do with our own uncertainty. So, so being able to connect to our true self, that part of our light never ever changes. So it might get masked or hidden by other things that have been going on or happening, but it's always there. So it's just a matter of being able to tap into it. So journey, I love this one. It has the kangaroo in this one. So one of these days, I'm going to travel to Australia. So it's time to prepare for a journey. It may be impromptu or planned. Either way, make sure that you're ready when the time comes. Pack your passport now. So that doesn't necessarily mean physically going on a journey. You could be emotionally or mentally or spiritually getting ready to go on a journey. So there may be some things that are actually happening and getting, yeah, it's a kangaroo. So, so just being able to be able to tap into that energetic place. Like I said, we can go on a journey without physically leaving. We can actually get messages from when we're sleeping. And that's when I get a lot of my messages. My mind is too busy during the day. So a lot of times I don't necessarily hear the chatter, and I don't necessarily hear the messages that I'm supposed to hear. And so, and especially when I'm struggling with something that's going on, then one of the things that I do is before going to bed is ask for my guides and my spirits and the universe to be able to give me messages while I'm sleeping. And so then oftentimes first thing in the morning, that's when I'm going to have some ideas or some thoughts that are actually going to go into my journal because it's something that I've been going on. So precious time. So hey, Diane. So the fairy of time wants you to experience every moment fully and to make the most of your precious time. Be mindful not to waste time of others either. So so those are your messages. So you had quite a few messages that actually jumped up. So so I'm not sure if any of those things made sense. The other thing too is that you thought that it was a bunny that came up. So look up what the significance of the bunny is, and look up what the significance of a kangaroo is in terms of energetics, and to be able to see whether or not there's an extra message in that information. So Anne Tosi, tu as un sautard. I don't know if I translated that properly. Un sautard, you've got a jumper. So un sautard, une sautard, un sautard. So Lorraine is going to be after Anne. Definitely having a hard time with being present lately. So before you're getting ready for bed, Britt, so ask your guides or your spirits or whatever. Like I said, I don't know what it is that you believe in specifically. So ask them to be able to give you the messages that you need while you're sleeping. So that way there, when you wake up, you'll have, and it may take 2 or 3 days before you actually get those answers of something that you are having trouble with capturing. So just ask for those messages and you'll be able to get them, and just be patient. So sometimes we close ourselves off to getting those messages. So sometimes it takes a little bit longer and they have to find different ways for us to be able to get the messages. Or sometimes we're just not listening and we choose not to hear the messages. So for a long time, I'm thinking probably a good 8 or 9 months, is that most of the messages that I got were that I needed to be patient. And I'm not patient. Patience is not my virtue. But every time that I would get somebody to pull cards, the messages always come back with respect to having patience and being patient. And so it was funny because it didn't matter who I got to pull cards. So Brooke would definitely giggle at the patience comment. Speaking of which, I forgot to ask Brooke. I forgot to pull Brooke's card. So I just added her to the list. She threw me off when she actually commented as Divine Crystal Healing page, because it was like, oh, I'm online. But Brooke was the one that was actually commenting. So healing is your message, Anne. So now is the time for you to give or to receive healing. Everyone has a natural ability to heal others. Yes, even you. And so I know that is definitely something that is something that you believe, but the message that I'm getting strongly for you is that you really need to make sure that you're asking for some connections. And you too got the message for music. So you've got message from the music fairy. So listen carefully, for there is maybe a message in the music that you hear. Music can lift your soul, rekindle your memories, and charm fairies to your doors. So that is, so c'est ton message aujourd'hui, Anne. So like I said, if you're catching this on my, I keep saying my Facebook page, but Brooke's Facebook page on the Divine Crystal Healing Shop, or if you're on my YouTube channel, then, and you're not in the group, you definitely want to jump in the group, because there's definitely some really good deals. So the group is called Northern Ontario Market, and it's shop from your seat, not on your feet. So like some really cool deals and stuff that are actually happening, and some really cool prizes for something as simple as commenting. So it's really cool. So Lorraine, you're next. And then after Brooke, then that's definitely it, because I'm going to have to go get ready for, for Qigong, and which starts at 1:30. And if I don't jump on Zoom soon, then Zian's going to wonder where I am. So I'm going to go find Zian. So Lorraine, you are next. So Lorraine, your message is look in a book as well. So look in a book. So whatever your question right now, you'll find the answers in a book. The words you find will bring the insight that you seek. So that is your message. And so Diane, I'm not sure if you're joining Qigong today. So that's at 1:30 if you are. I'm going to have to send Mamere the link as well. So Zian Denime actually offers Qigong. It's supposed to be Zian and I are offering Qigong, but she's pretty much taken the lead on that. So typically at the end, then I do a meditation, but Zian offers the Qigong, and it's free, so it doesn't cost anybody anything, and it's online. And so, and then we have a private Qigong group that we share the, and we've started doing that we share the live in there. So I haven't been present for Qigong for a little bit, just because it hasn't worked out very well. So Zian has been pretty much on her own. But this is something that Zian and I have been working on for getting our certification. So you guys are learning so much more than just about the cards today. So Diane, your message is light. So the fairy queen of light comes to shed love and light onto your current situation and to remind you that the light can penetrate the darkness. So that is your message. So what I always think is really cool is that, and you guys see me shuffling the deck, so it's not like I'm not shuffling, but these messages always tend to come back up again. It's just like really cool. And when I put the cards back in the deck, I actually stick them. I don't actually just put them back on and then start shuffling. I actually take it and stick it in the center of the deck somewhere. Is Mamere in here? I don't know if she's in here. I'll get her in there because I'll just sign into her Facebook and get her added. So I'll get her to join in because I'm not sure if she's in here. I haven't seen or heard her, so maybe not. Okay, so Miss Brooklyn, I'm pulling your card now. I forgot about you. I didn't put your card in the bottoms. I mean, I didn't put your name on it. So she's really loving the fact that people can come into the shop and without having to schedule an appointment, you can just come in between 10 to 5, Tuesday to Friday, and then 10 to 4 on Saturday. So she's really enjoying that fact. And so Adam's here today helping us get things online for the website. So that's what it is that's going on. Oh, Miss Brooklyn. Miss Brooklyn's got fairy spotting today. So fairy spotting is, it's time to go fairy spotting. It's said that seeing is believing, but in fact, the opposite is true. Believing is seeing. So that is Brooklyn's message today. And Brooklyn is, if anybody is friends with me on Facebook, you actually see my cover photo, and my cover photo is from Brooklyn, where she was able to capture the most beautiful moment on the lake. You're welcome. So you're welcome. Thank you. So again, this is the deck that I was actually using. I'm going to jump back on again because I'm going to steal Brooklyn's deck because I haven't bought this deck. So this is the Wisdom of the Oracle. And then we've got the Fairy Tarot card reading from Radley Valentine, and I'm going to pull. So I'm going to come on live 2 more times today at some point to be able to pull these from these other 2 decks. But so anybody who wants cards for that, make sure that you comment on the link or let me know now that I can actually add your name. So right now I've got Jennifer, who's actually going to be on that list for sure. But I'm going to pull cards from the other 2 decks. So like I said, there's these ones here are 10% off until the shop closes today, and it's today only. So if you want any one of these 3 decks, then send a message to Brooke and let her know, and she will definitely help you with making sure that you get it. So I will chat later and talk soon. Bye for now.